In a sport where people truly forget, man, I understand it's easy to get caught up with the fights every weekend and different cards, and now we have the White House coming up, a possible McGregor return, a possible Makhachev return, and I feel like with these fights coming up, people forget, man, that these are really sneaky good fights, and that's the point of today's video. So whether these fights are in front of a crowd or hidden somewhere on an Apex card, today we're going to be going over a few of the fights I feel like are going a bit under the radar, and some people might not even know that they're happening, okay? So we are here to inform y'all, okay? Like we're informing the elderly about Life Alert back in the day. Starting off with the first one we got here. Let me tell y'all about Do Ho Choi, motherfuckers, okay? He's taking on Daniel Santos at the May 16 card coming up, and dude, this is a badass fight, kid, okay? I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot in this video. This fight is sick, man. Do Ho Choi, ever since his comeback to the UFC, I know he didn't fight all of 2025, honestly not sure why, and I'm pretty sure he got shipped off to war, which is why we didn't see him from like 2019 and 2020. 3, whatever the hell, right? But he's back now. He's on a nasty 2-fight win streak. Both finishes, okay? Just beat up our boy Nate Landwehr. And the dude is just a well-rounded athlete with power on the feet, but nasty ground and pound on the ground, and seems to be a finisher all around, man, okay? He's a bonus machine, and he's taking on Daniel Santos in what I think is a sick fight, man, because Santos is a guy who I think he's like 4-1, 3-1 in the UFC, so he's got some pretty consistent wins, and even though he might not have the same finishing potential as a guy like Do Ho Choi, he's willing to scrap. He throws a decent amount of high volume on the feet. He's coming off of, I think, an upset finish where Ju Sang Yu was kind of beating the shit out of him in the first round, and then he kind of got cocky, started yawning on him or whatever the fuck, and then Santos KOs him in round 2, okay? So this is his first fight of 2026. Same with Do Ho Choi, so I think they're going to get the hell after it. I know it ain't in front of a crowd, and it's a shame, okay? But I really feel like this is such a fun fight between two guys who are willing to exchange on the feet, who are good scramblers, who even, you know, in their own right, like again, Do Ho Choi has some of the nastiest elbows you've ever seen on the ground, and I feel like this is just going to be stylistically such a firefight, and the winner of this, I feel like, is getting dangerously close to ranked opponent territory, you know what I'm saying? So it should be a fun fight. They're going to go back and forth on the feet, willing to exchange. Do Ho Choi has more power, Santos throws more volume, and also if you're new to the sport and you haven't seen Do Ho Choi versus Cub Swanson, give that a little rewatch, okay, because it's going to make your day. So this is one of those fights, man, going down very soon that I think deserves a little bit more appreciation, all right? Really sick fight. Moving on up next, this one's going down at the UFC Baku card. It's Donnie Donchenko taking on Andreas Gustafsson. Come on now, man. This fight is about to be sick, all right? Glad this one's at least in front of a crowd here, but our Yuri Prohajka, let's go for that. Version 2.0, I mean, I really feel like he's going to go out there and try and make another marauder of a statement. He's got nearly an 100% finishing ratio. Super versatile on the feet, man. He mixes it up with nasty elbows, great knees, and obviously he packs a lot of heat behind his hands, okay? Like he's Batman teaching Robin. And he's taking on Andreas Gustafsson, who makes the clinch work entertaining. He gets after it with devastating knees and elbows in his own right. He beat the absolute shit out of KS Williams, got a nasty finish for his debut right before that. He's coming off a rough, really early KO to, who is it? It was Renat Fakhretdinov. Rest in peace. He's not even with us anymore. And no, he's not dead. He's just got from the UFC, despite winning a bunch of fights, but it is what it is. They kept Gustafsson around, and I think Gustafsson is a good talent. I just think he got caught with the wrong shot, man, but we haven't seen him since. I think he's going to come back with a statement to prove, and I'm really curious, like, can he out-marauder the Marauder and Donnie Donchenko here? Because I feel like Gustafsson, he's such a heavy pressure fighter, and Donnie Donchenko kind of thrives in that environment because he throws so much volume on the feet. I feel like he's continuously improving with the fight IQ, with the head movement, so I don't think we're seeing the best of him yet. But this is just a finisher versus finisher. Both these guys are dangerous pretty much everywhere, but I think we're just going to see a lot of devastating exchanges on the feet and a lot of nasty clinch work to the point to where it's a 50-50 fight because Donnie Donchenko, yeah, he 30-27 Alex Morono, right? But a lot of guys previously have been able to finish Morono, and Donchenko's someone who was like a minus 500 favorite or something crazy. So even though it was a fantastic win and he still won every round, beat the shit out of him, and he had even a knockdown in there, right? I do think that we don't really know the ceiling of him yet. And we don't know the ceiling of Gustafsson, you know? It's not really a shame to lose to Fakhretdinov. So I think this is going to be a really cool fight, man, and really curious who gets the better of this one. I think it's going to be a 50-50 one. So fun fight between these two, man. Moving on up next, and I bet y'all didn't expect this one, okay? We're getting really crafty with it because I really do feel like, yeah, let's go. I told y'all these was sneaky good fights, okay? It's not all going to be obvious here and there. I got a couple tricks up my motherfucking non-existent sleeves. Alvin Hines, you ever heard of this marauder. He's taking on Alan Fry Jr. here, and Alan Fry Jr. is a guy who's 0-1 in the UFC, lost his debut pretty rough. And then you have Alvin Hines, our GOAT, but he lost his debut, and we haven't seen him since last June. But at least that was a really fun fight against Denise. I'm telling you, man, okay, these two are about to fight at the Oklahoma card this July. And listen, I understand that it's an 0-1 in the UFC heavyweight versus 0-1 in the UFC heavyweight, but this is going to be a fun fight, okay? Like, both these guys combined have nearly 100% finishing ratios. You combine that, guess what, son? You're getting a 200% finishing ratio, all right? I'm standing my base on this one because someone's got to win, okay? Somebody's O has got to go, but it's the opposite. Someone's getting a win here. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's one must be born, all right? Dude, imagine comparing these guys' 1-1 record to like the Undertaker's 21-1 at WrestleMania, all right? You just can't do it. I really do feel like that Alvin Hines is a guy who is just very entertaining in there, man. Like, he's just trying to put on violence and entertainment above all, and I feel like if he can work on the striking accuracy a bit more, if he could be a bit more successful with his ground game, which I'm hoping those are two elements he's improved on in his year off, I really think he'll be able to win this fight. But Alan Fry, man, okay? I get that this is heavyweight, okay? But we have to bring some life back into heavyweight. It already is starting to get going again, so I can really appreciate that. We thought the division was just going to be a big dust ball going through a big old desert by the time January hit. We thought the division was cooked, but you have guys like Josh Hogan, Valter Walker, Gaben Stevenson's debuting soon. We have Cortez Acosta on the rise, right? By the time I'm recording this, I don't know how his fight this weekend went. Hopefully he wins, but even then, we love Volkov, so it's a win-win, right? But the fact that we even get fights like that, heavyweight is coming back, and we really need that, okay? I thought Brock Lesnar was about to pop up here and make an appearance, because this is a fight where, yeah, it's not too high of stakes, all right, in the grand scheme, and yeah, heavyweight's a bit of a dead division, but I feel like that this is going to be a fun fight. I feel like this is one of those sneaky good fights, all right? It doesn't need high stakes. Alvin Hines throws so much volume on the feet. He tries to finish every opportunity he can. He can take a shot for sure, man, okay? Like, Denise was piecing him up, but he was able to eat all his biggest shots, and you could argue, oh, Denise is the cleaner fighter. Fuck all that, all right? We don't care about that shit here. Well, we do, but I really do think that this is going to be one of those fights. Very random to include it here, but like, I kind of dig the matchmaking. It is what it is, man. All right. I feel like it's going to be a sick fight, a damn near guaranteed knockout, or at the very least, I think both these guys are going to exchange heavily. Okay. Shout out. Well, we can move on. We can move on, but shout out to both. All right. Moving on up next to another matchup for the UFC Baku card. It's Ikram Aliskerov versus Bruno Ferreira, man. I feel like we've already seen this fight, and I feel like it had been tried to be booked before. I might be wrong about that, but at the end of the day, this is the first time we're getting this one, man. I know Bruno Ferreira just kind of lost this opportunity, or I'm sorry, he lost his slot in the rankings, and for Ikram Aliskerov, I mean, if in case y'all forgot, I don't blame you, but it feels like yesterday he fought Robert Whittaker on short notice, so if he's able, whoever wins this fight, I think is going to get a ranked opponent next, and I think they do deserve that, and I've always said the middleweight division is kind of one of the more underrated ones. I feel like they do put on good fights. I feel like I do like, or can appreciate a lot of the guys in the rankings. And I feel like whoever wins this fight, it's a fair argument, right? So it is high stakes for both of them. Ferreira's coming off a really rough loss to Gregory Rodriguez. No shame in the comp. And Aliskerov, I don't believe we've seen him since the Iron Turtle fight, which a lot of people thought Aliskerov was going to blow through him. But to be fair, man, the Iron Turtle is no easy out. And with Aliskerov, man, his Sambo background makes him legitimately very dangerous because he is a really well-rounded guy, okay? He packs a lot of heat on the feet. Oh, you like the little rhyme there? I'm sorry. He packs a lot of power on the feet. He's able to mix it up in the clinch. He's able to take you down, okay? He's got pretty decent takedown entries, and he's able to either control you there for a decent amount of time or be able to beat you up down there, right? And against Bruno Ferreira, this guy has a really crafty submission game, but he also packs a lot of power in the feet, has a pretty awkward style for guys to figure out, and I don't think Aliskerov, you can argue, I mean, you know, he might be the better striker, blah, blah, but I definitely don't think he hits as hard as a guy like Rodriguez. So I'm curious to see if Ferreira is going to be able to eat his biggest shots. I'm curious what statement he's going to prove. Because, like, if Ferreira is able to keep the fight standing, you know, I could see him piecing up Aliskerov. And at the same time, even if they do get scrambling, even if they do get to the ground, Ferreira, again, I could see him being the guy that's able to get a submission here. So this fight just reeks to me of like, oh, Ferreira's going to catch him with someone. Maybe he'll get a knockout. Maybe Aliskerov's going to to get a finish here on the feet or on the ground. I don't know how this one's going to end, but what I do know is that it's going to be a really sick fight between two guys who are constantly getting after it, no matter what we kind of say about each of them individually, you know? So I think this is great matchmaking, and I'm a big fan of this one. And another 50-50 fight, man. So Alistair Ferreira, I feel like definitely deserves a shout. Up next, we have Kai Asakura versus Cameron Smotherman. This is for the UFC Macau card at the end of the month. I like this matchmaking, bro, okay? Asakura has fought most of his career at bantamweight. Obviously, okay, we need you to fight Pantoja, kid. So he tried to make 125, went 0-2. And honestly, the Tim Elliott performance isn't aging that bad. Like, Elliott has a lot of sneaky wins, and it really, you kind of do have to be that top 10 at flyweight level to be able to beat him. So I guess no shame in the loss, but you know, for all the hype that we were pouring into him, I guess it's rough to see him here, okay? But at the end of the day, Smotherman, I mean, I'm really glad he's healthy because we didn't get to see him compete his last time out because he kind of face-planted on the stage for the weigh-ins because, you know, just a really rough weight cut, okay? I'm genuinely glad that he's safe and healthy because that was really scary to watch. But he's back now. Obviously, we know that's his already natural weight cut. Well, shit, man, I don't know about after that weight cut. That was brutal. But Smotherman's a guy that's already been competing at bantamweight for a few years now. And the thing is, I feel like he is better than his record indicates. He has a lot more losses in the UFC than I think he only has like a win or two, but I feel like the guy is a really legitimate striker. I just feel like he needs to work on the takedown defense. He needs to work on gaining more experience in there. He needs to work on the fight IQ a bit because the actual hands, the actual skill set, the actual timing, shot selection, whatever, it actually is solid, okay? And I feel like he's this young guy, green as Piccolo, trying to aura farm, that I feel like if he can slowly get these wins or slowly just gain more cage time, I feel like if he's able to put all the boxing together, I feel like he can go decently far. Now, I don't know about top 10 level, but I do feel like this is an appropriate, considering the fucking hell that Asakura has been on in this UFC run. It has been a letdown to say the least. I feel like at least this way, if Smotherman's able to beat him, I feel like, not to say Smotherman's a bad level of talent, but it's like, you know what, Asakura, it might be time to kick it, okay? Because they're kind of, you know, you're in home-ish territory here. I'm sorry if I sound like an uncultured American. I am, right? And with Smotherman, if he's able to get that win over him there, man, and, you know, you're going from Pantoja to Elliott and now to Smotherman. It's like, I know he's back in his own weight class, but Asakura should win this fight. Asakura is a demon when he's able to beat you up with ground and pound. He is monstrous on the feet when he's able to just unload at his normal weight class here. And he is used to the normal rise and rules. I know he had to transition here like it's Fantano to the UFC rule set here. But I really feel like Asakura should be able to win this one. But the fact that I really don't know if he will. The fact that I can actually see him going 0-3 in this UFC run and they cut him, I feel like makes the fight all the more intriguing. Because he is still a biggish name, especially if you're watching organizations outside the UFC. You've known who he is. I didn't know about him, to be fair, until he came to the UFC, you know? So we're learning as we go here. But at the end of the day, I feel like this is a fight where it's oddly 50-50. Like, Asakura should win. He is the more skilled striker. He is more experienced. But the UFC, man, it is the highest level of talent. And I think Asakura is learning that himself. And this is definitely a step down from a Pantoja and Elliott. But it's just all about if Asakura can put it together. But in terms of a sneaky good fight, I think it should be fun. I want to see the striking exchanges between these two. I want to see them get after it. And I know they will. This one probably might go the distance, but I won't complain about it. You know what I'm saying? It should be a fun fight. Should be skill for skill wise pretty... There's a lot to invest in here, all right? So I'm going to say this one's a sneaky good fight. And I dig the matchmaking. I think it's appropriate levels for both guys from considering where they're at right now. Somebody's got to win, you know what I'm saying? And they both need it. Moving on up next to Marcus McGee versus Jacob Whiplash, man. This fight is so sick, dude. And I'm kind of worried because I saw Whiplash just posted something. He's in a cast. But from what I'm seeing on Tapology and all these other sites that I trust, nobody's saying the fight's canceled, and usually they're really quick with it, so I don't know if he's still going to be able to make it in time for June 6th. That's where this one's going down. Yeah, it's in the Apex, but it's probably the best Apex card I've ever seen, so I feel like they are just putting bangers and bangers in there. At least we could argue with it, but this is just a classic striker versus grappler matchup where Whiplash, I think, has made all of his UFC performances in the time that we haven't seen McGee. McGee has been out the cage, I think, since he fought Piotr Jan last summer. We haven't seen him since. I'm not sure why, but the guy is an excellent striker. He has nasty combinations. He has devastating power. Great takedown defense to keep the fight standing. And Piotr Jan, who's now the champion, man, like, that loss is not aging bad at all. It's aging great. It's one of those times where somebody lost, and then seeing especially how far the other guys went and all of the accolades he achieved in the past, right? it goes to show, man, not a bad loss at all. The only thing I think going against McGee here is the fact that he has been out the cage for a year and the fact that he already is like 35 years old. I might be botching that. He might be a little bit older, a little bit younger. I'm sorry. But with Jacob Whiplash, man, I think, who did he fight? Gafarov recently. Gafarov was making it competitive, but Whiplash got a really slick last-minute submission. That was crazy to see. And Whiplash does have good scrambling ability, good submission ability, nice at taking the back, like decent takedowns, but I think it's a worrying matchup for him. I do think that Marcus McGee should be able to win, should be able to keep the fight standing, and I think McGee is levels ahead on the feet than Whiplash. Not to say that Whiplash can't hold his own, like he did look solid on the feet against Patchy Mix, and I don't know, he was able to hold his own against Gafarov, and I feel like, though, that McGee is definitely a step up. You know, he's undefeated in the UFC besides the Piotr Jan loss, which again was competitive, and I just think it's just going to be a really fun fight because there are stakes to it because McGee is finally back. This is his first fight of the Paramount era. And Whiplash just kind of built all his UFC experience in the time he's gone. And it's just a really fun striker versus grappler matchup. You know what I'm saying? Like, can Whiplash get this one on the ground? If he does, he's got a great chance possibly to submit him. But McGee has a great chance to knock him out on the feet, bro. Like, the body work, just the shot selection, the timing, his combinations. He accumulates damage so well. And he has nasty power to knock you out in the first minute. You know what I'm saying? We've seen shit like that. So I really do feel like it's a fun striker versus grappler matchup here between McGee and Whiplash. Going down for June 6th, man, very soon. I hope that Whiplash is healthy so we get to see it. And moving on to the last one we got here, I saved this one for last because I think that this one has an argument that it's not a sneaky good fight. It might not go under the radar. It is on the radar, okay? It is just a great fight. It is Ethan Ewing versus Farid Basharat, however the hell you say it. This is going down for June 20th in the Apex. Here we go. Whoa, shocker. Actually, I feel like a lot of these are in the Apex. Never mind. It's only like a little less than half. Okay, never mind. But this is an amazing fight, okay? Basharat clearly is going to have the offensive wrestling strategy that he's going to want to implement right away, okay? He does not want any business. He does not want any of the smoke with Ethan Ewing on the feet. This guy has ultra instinct level of head movement. This guy just took out 2 undefeated fighters prior. And with this fight being official, man, Ethan Ewing's first 3 UFC opponents have a 39-0 record. That's insane. And if Ethan Ewing's able to get this one done, he's able to take another 0 and just add it to the collection. He might start stacking them on top of each other and be able to smoke it like a cigar. It's crazy. Ethan Ewing has incredible footwork, incredible head movement, great combinations, great hand speed, okay? Very good fight IQ. And he's even able to mix it up on the ground against a certain level of opponent. Like against a Rafael Esteban or a Basharat, you probably don't want to. But the fact that Ewing is so well-rounded and his striking alone is beautiful to watch. It's like one of these Ilya Taporia, Joshua Vans, right? I don't know how Van did this weekend, man. I hope he did well, but Ethan Ewing is one of those strikers where it doesn't matter if he's fighting in the cage for 30 minutes or if he's just fighting for 60 seconds to knock someone out. You want to tune into his striking. It is slick, it is powerful, and he's such a smart athlete in there, man. He's such a talented striker. If he can keep this fight standing, man, he'll be able to, again, take another 0. He'll be top 15 in the world already after 3 fights, but he's fought 3 killers, man, okay? Esteban is no joke. Wellmaker's no joke. And with Basharat, he's on a pretty good win streak. I think he's undefeated overall, like 15-0, something like that. He's like 5-0 in the UFC off the top of the dome. And I feel like it is competitive because Basharat's undefeated for a reason. He got ranked recently for a reason. And I want to see how adamant Basharat's going to be to drag this one to the mats. Because his striking, I've always said, is a bit worrisome, especially going against a nightmare here in Ewing. But he is able to win this fight. He definitely is, man. And it makes me all the more curious to see it. So I really do dig this matchmaking. And I'm a big Ethan Ewing fan, okay, as I'm sure a lot of us are. So I'm including this one here as the last one we got for this list. That's going to be it for this video, boys. Oh, I almost said the old name. Okay, Don Smoke here. Don Smoke MMA here. Appreciate y'all a lot for giving me your time and attention. You like that? We keep the smoke. We got the Sopranos bit in there. We got the MMA in there, right? The whole new name change, right? So we rebranded the channel by the time you guys are seeing this. So thank you guys so very much as usual for giving me your time and attention. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what sneaky good fights are coming up that I did not include in the video because I absolutely want to hear what you guys think. Don Smoke MMA here. Appreciate y'all a lot and hope you guys have a good one.